In this video, I'm going to be talking about ranunculus, and I'm going to be telling you how to do them. If you haven't started them already, it's still not too late. But before I get into that, please don't forget to subscribe, like, click the notification bell so you know when I upload a new video, and share this video with any gardening friends you may have. So the first thing I'd really like to say is it's not too late, although it will be soon, but it's not too late yet if you want to try and start some ranunculus. So it's, the 7th of May to April. May might be a bit too late. 7th of April, it's not too late. If you go to the supermarkets, but you'll buy those little boxes of ranunculus, you see them in Waitrose, Sainsbury's, I've seen them, where else have I seen them? Marks and Spencer's, you see these little boxes. They're often around about Mother's Day, and I think, unless a mother knows exactly what she's doing with those boxes of ranunculus, they're not going to grow. But anyway, now if you have them, they are going to grow if you just do what I say. So if you get them now and today or within the next week or so, soak them in the water, as in the pre-soak method, and I'll link that below. It's not really a big deal. You just get the little corms out and you get a little jar and you fill it with nice clean fresh water, and you put your tubers in, your little corms or whatever they're called, in there. Soak them for about 4 hours, but change the water every hour or so you're not getting dirty, rotting water. Nice and fresh and aerated water. Okay, when you've done that after about 4 hours, go and plant them in a plant pot or somewhere where you can monitor them. They can be outside. So a lot of people like to pre-sprout them in garages. I do in the garage and everything, but that's only when, there's a danger of frost or what have you. Even if you have a danger of frost still in the UK, unless you're up in northern Scotland, you can probably just plant them out because the leaves won't emerge yet. What you're wanting is the roots. So you want to bury them a couple of inches deep under a damp soil. So dampen your soil in your container, preferably like a porcelain or terracotta container, not a tin container. So anything tinny, like a trough or an old enamel pot or something like that, they'll get too hot. And ranunculus do not like hot roots. They're a bit like clematis like that. You need to keep the roots nice and cool and moist and damp. So when you've got your soil all nice and damp all the way through, then just plant your ranunculus. And you can plant, every sort of, I do in a pot about every 2 to 3 inches, because they'll fill out the pot. They're nice and full. And cover them, so they're nice and covered. They've got to be dark to pre-sprout. So once you've soaked them, then they need to be in the dark in your container. And then all you have to do is keep them moist. Don't waterlog them. You must be able to see the water running out of the container when you water it. You want to see it going soaking right through. And only if the container is getting really dry, surface dry. What you ideally want is just keep it damp, slightly damp. And then your ranunculus will grow. And by June, end of May, June, even if you plant them today, you're going to have a beautiful display of ranunculus. And then the safest thing to do, I think, to keep them is to let them dry out and save the tubers for next year. So pull them up when the plants have dried and died back. Pull them up, pull up the tubers, leave them to dry somewhere like an airing cupboard or what have you, or wherever you dry your plants and things. And then, you can pre-soak them again and do the same thing next year. And that way you'll always have a supply of ranunculus. And by the way, they will even fatten up, so you'll be able to divide them. So you'll get more ranunculus each year. And I'll link my video about how to divide them and collect them and everything like that also below if you want more details on that. But the trick really to growing ranunculus is, one, they need to stay fairly moist. They do not like to dry out. That's why the pre-soaking is so good, because it just gets them really nice and damp and swollen with moisture. And that's absolutely perfect for pre-sprouting them. But also they don't like to dry out even when they're growing, which I found out my first year growing ranunculus, because the heads, I thought it was just because they were growing so tall that the heads were starting to nod. But in actual fact, we then had some really heavy rain. And the next day, all my ranunculus were poker straight, even though they must have been 50, 60 centimetres tall. The heads just came right back up again. They were standing straight like soldiers. So they like to they don't want to be waterlogged, as I keep saying. They don't want to be sitting in water, but they do need to be watered. The other thing is they will overwinter. So if you did want to start them in autumn, you could. I haven't had a great deal of success with that because I didn't look after them. I didn't really want to baby them over winter when I'm kind of like taking it a bit easy from the garden. And I found out to my cost that they got a bit dry. So that's fine. You know, if you want to overwinter them, you can get a head start on your flowering season. Next year you can, but again, the same principles apply. You must keep them moist. And it's going to be more work for you to do it that way because you are going to have to keep your eye on them over the winter. And as I said earlier, when you're planting out your ranunculus, what you want to remember is that they need to be about an inch or two down. They don't want to be buried very deep, and 2 inches probably a bit deep. And you space them. If you want to plant them in a block, you know, where you get a block of colour, then space them again about 3 inches apart, 3 to 4 inches apart, because they do branch. But I found that when you planted them quite closely together, they also hold each other up when they're growing, which is quite useful. And also if you have pets, because it will they fill out the space with their clumps of foliage, it will deter, you know, cats and dogs, everything from digging them up. Not in the beginning, though. If you do have cats and dogs, you obviously will need to protect them from from being dug up or rolled over or what. You can put them out before the frosts have finished. As long as the foliage hasn't emerged, they should be okay, but not if you're going to get a really hard frost, because what you don't want is for that little corm to freeze. So a hard frost would be anything that was strong enough to actually freeze the soil. That would be problematic. But a light frost would also be very damaging to the green shoots. If the green shoots haven't emerged, then that's fine. But what I do is I do just cover them with gardener's plastic, like a little polytunnel. I will just cover over the bed where I'm growing my ranunculus if I think there's going to be a frost. Or as I put them out this year, it was dropping down to 1, so it wasn't a frost, but obviously the ranunculus had been growing in the garage, so I felt it was probably a bit too cold, and I could see them getting these little red, like little orangey tips on the emerging leaves, and I thought that's not right. It's too cold for them, so I went and I covered them with a little makeshift polytunnel, and I just bought the plastic from Amazon. I'll link that below if you want that plastic. And I used some sort of bamboo stakes to throw the plastic over, just to protect, it doesn't exactly warm the place. It's not like central heating, but it just keeps it up when the sun is hitting that plastic. It just keeps that temperature up a bit more and protects those leaves. And after I did that, I could see an immediate improvement overnight in my ranunculus that I'd planted out. I don't fertilise my ranunculus because I fertilise the bed before I plant them, and also a lot of the goodness is already in that little corm, that little tuber that the flowers are growing from. So what I do before I plant them up is I enrich the soil that they're to be planted in with my homemade compost, so that I know it's highly nutritious and really good for them. If you wanted to, you could, throw in the, any garden fertilizer. I mean, I avoid chemicals on my garden. I have no chemicals on my garden because I just think they're just really dangerous for people, let alone the wildlife, the bees, the butterflies. People don't mention that, but they're actually really carcinogenic, a lot of these weed killers and things that people just spray around all over the place. And if you can smell those pesticides and chemicals, then you are actually breathing them in. Why would you do that? I don't know, but I don't. So I just enrich all my soil as much as I can with just fresh compost every year and every time I change over the plants. And that provides, I think, enough nutrition for them. So that's really it. And then you let them grow. And what I do is I have a little, build a little bamboo mesh where the plants are somewhat supported through it, and all I do is I stick bamboo sticks all the way around the bed, and you could do it with a pot, but I've never really supported ranunculus growing in a pot, so I wouldn't bother. But if you're growing a lot of them in a bed, then I have done that, and sometimes I use them for cut flowers. So you can do this little web with just the bamboo and the garden twine, and then just keep them watered. If you notice those heads bobbing, when those flower heads come out and they're bobbing, then that's a sign you have not got enough water. You need to give them a good soak again. All right, that's my tips on how to grow ranunculus. Really, the pre-soaking is vital, but you don't have to pre-sprout them in another room somewhere. If you do it about now or any time really halfway through March, and you protect them from the frost, you can just put them straight out in your containers. Just bring your containers in at night. And that way, you're going to have a lovely flush of ranunculus. I'll link all my other ranuncular videos below, which includes harvesting, dividing, and what was the other one? I think my pre-sprouting. Yeah. And then you can, if you want to know more, you can look at those videos. All right, I hope this video helped you. I hope if you've got one of those little boxes for Mother's Day that you now know what to do with it. Go and soak them and get yourself some compost in a nice little pot, and you're going to have some lovely ranunculus this summer. At end of May, if you're in the southeast of England, it'll be May, June. If you're a bit further up, it's probably going to be more like June. All right, thanks for watching. See you later. Bye.